Hey guys, welcome to another video. I'm Chris, this is Kim, and this is Salty Strikes Fishing Channel. Today we left the rods and reels at home because we got something special for you. We are trying out another e-bike over here. This company sent it out to us, and we're gonna take a ride down to the beach, maybe have some breakfast, and do some other fun stuff. And we're gonna share a little bit more information about Kim that not many of you probably know about her. So stick around, check it out. All right guys, so we're gonna take this e-bike down to the beach. This one has a little more classic motorcycle style look to it, as opposed to the other one she tried, and it has the fatter tires for driving on the beach. Hopefully she'll like it. Here's the thing, Kim actually used to ride motorcycles. That's why she kind of liked this style a little bit. But do you guys think she used to ride a Zoom Splat or a Cruiser? Leave it down in the comment section below. We are gonna take a ride down there, follow us along, and we're gonna explain to you more exactly what this bike is, how we like it, and take a little cruise on the beach. So let's go. All right guys, we're gonna go over some things we like about this bike, and then in a little bit we're gonna go over some things that we dislike, or at least I dislike. We kind of disagree on some things, or she didn't even know about really. But let's start off. Of course, we got the style like a traditional cruising motorcycle, and with a sweet headlight, of course disc brakes, 7 gears, nice bright screen here, keeps track of everything just like they all do, miles per hour, odometer, all that jazz. But it's a nice bright screen so you can see it. It's got a big cushy seat. The only thing, well, this is the one probably negative I'll give ahead right now, but like, you can't adjust the seat. The seat is what it is, but you can put 2 people on it, and it's got these little cool kickstands down here. Somebody could ride on the back if they wanted to. So it's got a little light for the front back here that you have to push manually. To turn the light on the front, You just hit this little light down here, button there, and turns on. Another thing I like is it has a 48-volt battery that is exactly the same, just a different sticker as mine. So we could actually swap both of these out. So that's kind of a bonus. But we also like these big fat tires for cruising on the beach. It's perfect for that. So what are your first impressions, Kimberly?
I like it. It rides really nice. It's not as easy to pedal as the other bike, but
it's heavier and got better tires. So we'll get down to the negatives in just a minute. We're going to ride down just a little bit more, get a few more miles under us, and then we're going to have breakfast, and I'll let you know a little secret about these things that'll hopefully help you if you decide to get one. I did forget to mention, well, on the good note is it does have shocks in the front and the rear, and this is a double-edged sword. I'll explain later, but it is a nice comfy ride.
It is a nice comfy ride.
All right, guys, we're gonna grab some breakfast real quick, but who guessed that Kim rides the Zoom Splat? And who guessed that Kim rode the Cruiser? Well, I got news for you. She actually owned both. She owned a Kawasaki Ninja, and she used to have a Harley Davidson, what was it?
883.
883 Cruiser.
Sportster.
Sportster, whatever, you know, that style of bike. But she used to have both. She had the Zoom Splat first, and then she got the Cruiser. But that's before she met me. I seen pictures of them. I never, you know.
I had the Harley one.
Oh yeah, she did have the Harley when we met. Okay, so yeah, it's been a hot second, but yeah, so that's why she kind of like leaned towards this new e-bike, is because it has that classic motorcycle style look to it. And you know, any other thoughts?
I mean, it's comfortable. It's a nice ride. I like it. It's not as easy. It is easy to pedal, but not like the regular bike that I had. I do like to get my exercise.
But it's got the power assist, so
yeah,
you shouldn't have to worry about that.
but I do like to exercise.
Yeah. All right, well, we're gonna have breakfast, and then we're gonna go over our dislikes. Well, mostly my dislikes.
That's my only dislike, honestly.
Yeah, but there's some things you need to know, so we'll let you know in just a second. All right, guys, here's my little gripes about the bike. The instructions were pretty vague. They were kind of blurry, but the good thing is you didn't have to put a whole lot together. All you had to do was put the pedal on, these handlebars on, and this light and the front wheel. That's it. So if you're handy with tools and have any common sense, you should be able to put it on pretty fairly easily. But there's a couple of things they could have done a little bit better. Was, oh yeah, you also have to put on the shock. And that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about, is when you get this in the package, it has a metal bar that comes in here that you have to take off, and then this thing will just drop back down and you have to put this back in its place. And what I did is I was trying to hold this with one hand and my knee and trying to put this in place, and it dropped and it put a dent in the fender. So if you're going to put that together, I would definitely lay it on its side and put that shock on, or have somebody help you hold the rear end so it doesn't drop like that. So we did dent the fender right off the bat, right out of the box. So that kind of stinks, but I don't know, it gives a little character, I guess. We just threw some black paint on it, so it looks okay now. But that's not a huge deal. not, you know, deal breaker by any means. You got to just be careful when you're putting stuff together. And over here on the front tire and the instructions, I looked through up and down through the instructions trying to find out what tire pressure these things should run at. So I looked on the sidewall and it says you can run 5 to 30 psi. So I'm like, all right, I'll start on the high end. If it's too rough of a ride, I'll dial it back. So I put 25 psi in there, and this is what happened. The tire tube blew out the tire off of the rim. Apparently that's too much pressure. I put the tire back on the rim. I deflated it, put the tire back on the rim, and we only have these inflated. I started out at 10 psi to see how it's like. It was still a little mushy, so we pumped it up to 15 psi. I wouldn't recommend going. It's 15 psi is plenty, especially if you're doing like the off-roading stuff on the beach and stuff. You want as much tire surface as you can to get that traction. So that seems to be the sweet spot. I really wish they would have gave you some kind of hint of where that tire pressure should be before you started. I could have easily accidentally blew out that tube. So thankfully it didn't, and it's working great. But my only other gripe too is over here. This whole handle turns as a throttle. So if you're driving along, you hit a bump and your hand turns like that, it could gas up the throttle. Like where mine is over here, it's just a half throttle. Like you can put your hand on here, so if you know you hit the bump or something like that, you don't accidentally hit the throttle. And what I did was, when I was climbing off this thing, I backed off and I hit that throttle, and it almost goosed out from underneath me. So those are my only things that I could say they could work on. Other than that, it is super cool. I think Kim's like this, so the other bike, I guess, is probably going out, and this one's coming in because we can only have room for 2 bikes. Hopefully you guys enjoyed and got something out of this. Let me know if you have an e-bike or thinking about getting one. What brand do you have? Let me know if you like this bike. I'm just kind of curious. All right, guys, I'll leave links for this bike and all the information down below in the description area. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for following along. Hit that subscribe button, notification bell, all that fancy jazz. Give this video a big thumbs up. Shows us that you appreciate the content, because we appreciate you guys, and I truly do mean that. And hopefully we'll see you guys next time. Until then, stay salty.